Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Samiksha Bhatt of the 14 steps forward, and followed by the general salute in honor of the chief guest. May I now request the chief guest, the Honorable Chief Minister of Meghalaya, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, to kindly address the gathering.
My dear citizens, it gives me immense pleasure to extend my heartfelt felicitations to you on India's 77th Independence Day. It is a solemn occasion for us to reflect upon the many struggles and sacrifices of our freedom fighters. As proud Indians, we remember with respect the contributions of leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. We also remember the freedom fighters from our own soil, U Churat Singh, U Kyang Nangba, and Pathogan Sangma. Let us also respectfully remember the sacrifices made by martyrs from the armed forces, paramilitary forces, and the police forces who have laid down their lives in protecting the rule of law. We recently honored the martyrs from the state police at the National Police Memorial in New Delhi. Friends, this year finds us at a unique juncture of history. As we emerge from the jubilations of the 75th anniversary of our independence, India is providing leadership to the community of G20 nations. I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, for his leadership and vision. India is on the verge of becoming the world's third largest economy and grow to a size of $5 trillion. In resonance with that prediction, the government of Meghalaya has set a target of making the state a $10 billion economy by 2028, thereby doubling our GDP. I am grateful to the 38 lakh people of the state who have reposed faith in my government and have trusted us with governing the state for the next 5 years. This period of 2023-2028 is a watershed period for all of us. Together, we will consolidate the good work of the last 5 years and redouble our efforts to build a model hill state in governance, ease of living, and citizen happiness. A magnificent Meghalaya. Maintenance of law and order is the foundation for all economic and social activity. The overall law and order situation in the state has been, by and large, peaceful. The formal talks between the HNLC, Government of India, and the state government are making steady progress. I urge all citizens and organizations to continue to collaborate with the government in preserving the peace and harmony in our beautiful state. Last year, we signed a historic memorandum of understanding with the state of Assam in the presence of the Union Home Minister as a first step towards resolving the Meghalaya-Assam interstate boundary dispute. Our government is committed to resolving the dispute in the remaining areas of differences: Langpi, Bordwar, Motamar, Desh Tumriya, Block 1 and Block 2, and Pisyar Khanduli. The regional committees constituted for these 6 areas of differences have already conducted multiple meetings and have met their Assam counterparts to take the talks forward. Friends, Meghalaya's greatest strength today is its young population. 72% of our population is below the age of 35. And about 165 young Meghalayans are entering the workforce every day. It is my foremost responsibility to greet these youth with opportunities for employment and empowerment. We have a target of creating at least 5 lakh employment opportunities in the next 5 years. The government will continue to strengthen the primary sector of the economy, comprising of agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, sericulture, and fisheries. There is a potential to create up to 3 lakh employment opportunities in the primary sector alone. The high-value products of the state, like Lakadong turmeric, Khasi mandarin, and pineapples, are now being exported to overseas markets in Europe and Middle East. In the current pineapple season, our farmers have seen a 50 to 100% increase in prices, thanks to our marketing interventions. Pineapples from Meghalaya have been put up on shelves in international malls at Abu Dhabi and Kuwait, and closer home at Reliance Fresh outlets across Assam. This achievement is a result of continuous hand-holding and support provided to farmers, collectives like Jamge Integrated Village Cooperative Society in East Garo Hills, and Thomonpo Anglong and Jirang Organic farmer producer organizations in Ribhoy. We are providing average grants of about 50 lakh rupees to these collectives to set up food processing units cold storages, and other aggregation infrastructure. Vehicles for transportation of agriculture produce are being provided at 50% subsidy. Another crop where we have successfully intervened is potato. The government has partnered with the International Potato Center in Peru for the last 2 years with the objective of making the state self-sufficient in potato seed production. The technology for production of low-cost apical root cuttings is now established in farmers' fields. With this intervention, we will be able to provide high-quality, disease-free seeds to all the 50,000 potato farmers of the state. In the coming years, Meghalaya will become the region's leader in potato seed production, thus creating a revolutionary impact in one of our primary crops. In addition to traditional crops, we are introducing new crops like cinnamon, cocoa, lavender, vanilla, saffron, and buckwheat at scale. This will increase farmers' income by taking advantage of the diverse agroclimatic zones that our state is blessed with. Programs like the Piggery Mission, Aquaculture Mission, and the Milk Mission have been successful. Under Piggery Mission alone, support has been provided to about 7,000 breeding and fattening units spread over 362 cooperative societies. A shining example of the transformative impact of the mission comes from Sopo Integrated Village Cooperative Society in West Jayante Hills district. The society got an interest-free loan of 20 lakh rupees under the mission and distributed it to 21 piggery entrepreneurs. This capital has helped farmers in increasing their business fourfold, and piggery has now become a full-time activity for many families. While our programs have substantially increased meat production, the state still has a shortage of 9,000 metric tons of pork, 6,000 metric tons of chicken, 16,000 metric tons of beef, and 20,000 metric tons of fish. The government is finalizing a comprehensive blueprint for making the state self-sufficient in meat and fish production. This will create employment opportunities, provide nutrition, and contribute to economic growth. The textile sector provides employment opportunities to the hard-working women of the state. To support these women, a program for building common facility centers and providing inputs and machinery in all sericulture clusters is being launched. These clusters will be connected to entrepreneurs who will support in building the sericulture value chain and in marketing the products. For instance, we have now decided to run the apparel and garment making unit at Hattisil in southwest Garo Hills in partnership with a local entrepreneur. Friends, the state's flagship program for supporting farmers, livestock rearers, fish farmers, and weavers, the Focus program, will benefit all the 6.5 lakh rural households. The program so far has supported more than 3.5 lakh farming households, organized into 18,000 producer groups. The government provided about 176 crore support to producer groups and individuals over the last 2 years. I have personally seen and heard several heartwarming success stories under the program. The case of 19 farmers at Singdeng Producer Group from Nomminsong village, East Khasi Hills, is really worth sharing. The farmers distributed the 95,000 rupees they received from the program amongst themselves to procure vegetable seeds and manure. With this, they increased their production and now are producing almost 16 metric tons of potatoes, tomatoes, French beans, and cabbage, and earning more than 2 lakh rupees. This shows how our hard-working producers are able to multiply the money that is provided under the Focus program and improve their lives and livelihood. Another hugely successful initiative of my government is the Women Self-Help Group movement. We now have more than 44,000 self-help groups, compared to less than 6,000 in 2018. Several of these women's groups have set up successful businesses and are improving the well-being of their families and communities. For instance, self-help groups for Mokurwat, Southwest Khasi Hills, and Rongram in West Garo Hills have successfully set up affordable sanitary napkin manufacturing units, thus supporting hundreds of local adolescents and women. The women members of self-help groups are finding employment as bank sakhis and business correspondents. They are providing financial services in remote areas. One such inspiring story is that of Miss Rida Linxiang from Pongtung village at Punursla block. Armed with an EPOS device, Rida travels around all the villages in the area, conducting financial literary camps, facilitating loans, dispersing cash, opening savings accounts, and enrolling beneficiaries under social security schemes. Through this meaningful work, Rida is able to earn an average income of 19,000 rupees per month. The government will further strengthen the self-help groups and village organizations and empower the 4 lakh women who are part of this collective. The second large-scale employment generator of our state is the tourism sector. Our goal is to transform Meghalaya into India's most preferred tourist destination. We now have one of the most attractive homestay schemes in the country, providing a subsidy of up to 7 lakh rupees per homestay. About 300 homestays were sanctioned in the last year. We target to build another 2,000 homestays in the next 5 years. The luxury vehicle scheme is another success and is being diversified now to include mini buses and caravans. The program has come as a huge support to beneficiaries, some of whom are driving vehicles on contract for years and now have a chance to own and drive their own vehicles. One of the inspiring entrepreneurs under the program is Renault Passy from East Khasi Hills, who worked various odd jobs like tourist guide and contract driver for years. Renault is now a proud owner of a luxury Innova vehicle, which he can call his own. Friends, the government will also build new infrastructure like large accommodation units, experiential centers, amusement parks, and viewing galleries in about 100 new villages to expand tourism beyond the established clusters. Some of the approved new clusters include Kinshi in West Khasi Hills, Soyong, Mausanram, Shella in East Khasi Hills, Amlarem in West Jaintia Hills, Mandalgri in East Garo Hills, and Siju in South Garo Hills. A new program of green villas will be launched for entrepreneurs to take up construction of sustainable and high-value tourist accommodations. Given the success of Vivanta Shillong and Courtyard Marriott hotels, we are now inviting private sector investments for setting up more luxury hotels and resorts. We estimate the tourism sector to create about 1 lakh employment opportunities in the next 5 years. Other critical priorities for promoting growth and generating employment are development of urban areas, border trade, industries, and information technology. We will make planned investments in urban areas of Shillong, Tura, and Jowai. We are collaborating with Dorbars and local development committees to ensure holistic and participatory development. For Shillong city, a plan for redevelopment of about 100 acres of government land for expanding roads, footpaths, building green spaces, markets, parking lots, and effluent treatment plants is being finalized. We have also recently introduced a shared school bus system which would help in easing the challenges faced by children and parents and would also lead to reduction in the traffic congestion during peak hours. A plan for the treatment of the legacy waste at the Martin landfill in East Khasi Hills is finalized. And I expect that this process should be completed in the next 2 to 3 years. Friends, the master planning for the new Shillong city at Sauli and Maodiandiang is ongoing. We expect to start the first phase of construction, including the new Secretariat building, a Unity Mall, and sports infrastructure within the next 6 months. The planning for building the mini Secretariat at Tura has started, and construction will begin very soon. Friends, all these interventions will increase the overall ease of living for the urban residents and lead to a boom in the services sector.